Hey, what's going on? It's Eric from Eric's Bookshelf, and today we're going to talk about Asatru books for Norse pagans. And I got a whole bunch of books here. I don't know if I'm going to go through all of them, but I'll just show you a few of the. I'll start with the, beginner ones and work our way up. So the first one, I got my notes here too because I forget a lot of shit. So whatever. Um, First two you have to get are the Poetic Edda and the Younger Edda. So it's this is the Elder Edda, this is the Younger Edda, but you could find them just called the Poetic Edda and then Edda. Um, yeah, so these are just basic books. They tell all about the gods. One's written in poetry form, that would be the Poetic Edda, of course, and the Younger Edda is written in prose. You say there's no stanzas or anything. It's just basically written like a story. They're both good to get. Pretty much say the talk about the same things, and but they're like the basic books you need if you're gonna be into Odinism. You have to have these, like having the Bible. You know what I mean? Um, the next one I got on the list is this one's good. This one's not next on the list, but let me show you this one now. This is a good beginner book. It introduces you to everything. By Stephen McNallen, Asatru, a native European spirituality. And see, Stephen McNallen has been at this since the '60s. He's one of the people responsible for the resurgence of Asatru in America and basically throughout the world too. I guess you could argue, but yeah, he's been doing it a long time. He knows so much stuff. He's still alive too. He's still doing it, still at it. Um, yeah, this tells you everything. It gets into the gods. Tells about the holidays. Um, I'm not gonna read the whole back. I was just gonna read that. Like, fuck that, man. But yeah, and it just gets into everything, all the spirituality, and it's just a good beginner book. Get this one. Get the Eddas, of course. Read this one first. Read through the Eddas, and that should get you off on a good start. The next one I want to show you is Varg Vikernes. Vikernes, did I say that right? Everyone knows who he is, but he wrote this book. He wrote a bunch of books. He has a whole series of books. I don't have them yet, but they're actually thin, small books. They're like $5 to $6 a piece, and yeah, I gotta get them. I don't have them, but so yeah, he wrote this sorcery and religion in ancient Scandinavia, and he gets into the same stuff. Talks about the gods, runes, talks about everything in here, and he's good. I like. Well, if you ever seen his videos and stuff, he's good. I really like Bob Vikernes, and his wife wrote a book called. I have it up there somewhere. I can't turn my head. Yeah, The Secret of the She Bear. Where is it? Right there. That white book, right there. Actually, I should have included that in this one, but maybe we'll do a separate one on that. And yeah, so that's the what is that now? The fourth one, right? Sorcery and Religion by Varg Vikernes. Uh, what was the next one we're gonna do? Okay, Ron McVan. Okay, some of these names are controversial. You might hear a lot of shit about these people, but whatever. We're not talking about that shit. We're talking about what they're doing with paganism, with Odin and Odinism. So this is Ron McVan's book, Temple of Wotan. I actually know a pagan priest who uses this as his book when he holds church. And this is the book he reads from among the others. But this is he told me this was his main book he read. This is hard to get now. It's real expensive if you find it. You might be able to find it cheap, maybe not. I don't know, but it's definitely worth it to have. It tells you everything, and just the way he writes, it's just so good, man. It's very conversational. It feels like he's sitting right across the table from you talking. And I spoke to him a little bit online. I never met him. I would love to meet him. I never did. And he just seems like a really cool, down to earth guy. Um, just a good man. He's still making some videos. He does a lot of singing on the video, not singing like, you know, like band singing. It's more like traditional European, like poetry recitals and stuff like that to music, you know, like drums and whatever. But yeah, he's good. Definitely a good guy. Temple of Wotan by Ron McVan. And the introduction is actually pretty amazing. It's written by Miguel Serrano. See right there. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, he wrote a lot of books about paganism, like Norse paganism. She's another one I should have included here, but then I was, you know, I mean, I would have included my entire collection. That would just take hours. So these are just basic beginner books that you should really get a hold of. Oops, sorry, man. I always bang that around. All right, let's see. What's the third one? The third, fourth, no, wait, third one. Geez, we're up to like 5 or 6 already. I don't even know. Lost count. But all right, this woman is amazing. Freya Aswin. Okay, she's still at it too. This book was published. It's called Northern Mysteries and Magic. Okay, she gets into the runes in this book, and it's just really good. It was published under a different name. I'm not sure of the old name, but then she republished it and called it Northern Mysteries and Magic. So be careful if you see one of her other books. Don't buy them both because you'll be buying the same book. You know what I mean? I don't know the name. Do a little research and you'll find out what it was called. But yeah, this is just really good, man. She's good. She's amazing, and definitely talk about that. And let's see, we got, yeah, I'm gonna do the sagas. I got a bunch of sagas here. Um, some of the sagas you got. Well, you definitely got to read Beowulf. Beowulf's like a must. I love Beowulf. One of my favorite stories. This one's probably one of the best ones. I have a bunch of different versions of it, like different translations, but this one was translated by what's the name? Seamus Haney. There it is, Beowulf, a verse translation. Um, and you know, everyone knows the story of Beowulf. Not necessarily the movie. If you saw that cartoon movie, it was all right, I guess. It doesn't really follow the story. Um, kind of ad-libbed a little bit. I mean, I like Neil Gaiman, but he definitely took a little bit of, I don't know what you'd call that, poetic license. I guess, I don't know, but definitely read it though. Read this, and then, or you can read the other one. It's the one that usually read in high school. The one, the translation by Burton Raphael. Is that how you say it? Raphael. Burton Raphael. That's another good one. This is like the first one I ever read in 7th grade when we had to read it in English, and it's good, man. It's either one is good. You read them both. You know what I mean? So a couple other sagas. Now these four. I mean, there's a bunch of sagas you could read, man. They're like all over the place, but these are, I feel, that are some of the most important ones. Okay, the first one is a saga of King Ralph Kraki. Okay, this basically, they compare this to Beowulf. It's a similar story. It's got a lot of stuff in here. It's got, you know, there's a chapter in here about the berserkers, and it's just really good. I'm not going to get into it, you know, because I don't want this video to be like an hour long. But yeah, so that's definitely a must, especially if you read Beowulf. Read this one after that. And next one is Njal. It's hard to pronounce these names, man. If you're not Scandinavian, we got a Scandinavian guy that owns a liquor store over here, and I asked him about all these pronunciations, man. He's fucking amazing. But he tells me how to pronounce them, but I can't pronounce them. I'm from Long Island, man. I can't pronounce anything right. But this is Njal's Saga. Okay, this one's good. Or you might find this one as the Saga of Burnt Njal. And Njal is he's basically a lawyer. Okay, he's and you know, they go to the All Thing every year. He recites the law and this and that. But it's a story about his family in a blood feud with another family, and it's really good, man. It just really gets into it. I don't know, I can't really say stuff without giving it away. But yeah, just get this one. It's amazing. You'll love it, man. The Saga of Burnt Knoll, or Knoll Saga. You find it under 2 different names. The other one is, which one should I do first? I'll do this one, The Saga of the Volsungs. This is an amazing book too. Story of the Volsungs. He, he's like a dragon slayer. He fights a dragon, just like Beowulf fights a dragon at the end. He's a dragon slayer. He's the Epic of Sigurd the Dragon Slayer. But yeah, the Volsungs, and I think there's a blood feud in here too. I don't know. I read this such a long time ago. I don't really remember everything that happens, but it gets into the whole family. It's like an entire family that's pretty, popular. And this is the let's see, Jesse L. Byack translation. I can't say if any translations are better or worse. I heard this one was one of the best ones, so that's why I got this one. But yeah, it's really good. Definitely read the Saga of the Volsungs. And the other one, this one's a freaking cool story, man. This one is the Saga of Jomsvikings by Lee M. Hollander. It's a not by him, but translated by him. And yeah, this one's good too. It just shows kid was 16 years old, man, when he freaking was in command of a Viking ship. He had all his they call themselves the Jomsvikings, and yeah, he was in charge at 16 years old. Shows how freaking badass those guys were. But yeah, it just shows about all their battles, and just gets into everything. It's just a great book, man. Just a really good book. And so I think that's about it. Let's see. Do I have anything else? Yeah, no, I got all of them. So yeah. Also, you know what? Jackson Crawford. I don't know if you don't follow his channel, you should. He's a Norse. Oh, how would you? I forget how that's called. Basically, he studied Norse language and this and that, and like old Norse and whatever. And you gotta watch his channel, man. The guy's a fucking genius. I'm butchering the guy, but yeah, he's good. He's really good. But he talks about, well, he knows all about the sagas. He did a few translations. I believe he translated the Saga of the Volsungs, the Elder Edda. He translated Ralph Cracky. He's got a translation of Ralph Cracky, and I got his books too right here. You see these black ones right there? That whole little stack of black books right there. That's all his books. I should do I'm gonna do a separate video on his books. But yeah, definitely subscribe to his channel and read his books. Or these, or both. Whichever translations. But just watching his videos, I'm sure he did an amazing. I didn't even read them yet. I got them. I just put them up there to read. And I know the stories already, pretty much. But that's why it's hard to reread something you already know about. But I'm gonna get to it, hopefully. But yeah, so get whichever ones you feel like getting, and you just got to read these. Definitely have to read these 4 sagas to get a good grip on the Asatru. So you got these 4. The basic beginner book, this one, Asatru, was a Native European Spirituality by Stephen McNally. This one, you should get this one first, I think, and this will give you a good overview of everything, and read the sagas. Temple of Wotan, if you could find it, and if you want to spend the money on it. He might have a website. He might even be selling this now cheaper than you could find them online, because they're out of print, but he might still be selling them. You got to do some research and see if you can find it. And then you got the others, just Bog Vikernes, and the Eddas. Definitely have to get the Eddas. And I think that's about it. And Beowulf. Don't forget to read Beowulf. Beowulf's an important book. And I think that's it, man. So I will talk to you later.